Hi there, my lovely people. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to join me on the mat. I'm feeling a little sick today, but this sickness is really giving me an understanding that a lot of times it's not the things that we do outside of our body that are needed in the life that we are currently living in, but it's worth acknowledging the things that are happening within the body. I think we could bypass a lot of the time the understanding that our body is actually working continuously throughout every day and every night, whether we are aware of it or not. And acknowledging that the body needs time to heal, time to work. It is important to give it that time, whether that be through rest or through a meditative practice or a way of winding down. Just slowing down, giving yourself a moment to no longer do something that is external and be content with the fact that your body is still doing things within yourself. That being said, we'll just start our practice in a tabletop position. Okay, with the shoulders underneath the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. Let's just drop back our hips to our heels with the toes curled under. Let's stretch through the palms, stretch through those fingertips. Broaden the shoulder blades, lengthen through the crown of the head. And just breathe in this simple pose. Letting all that air out. When you inhale, notice if you could feel any tension in your back. As the lungs expand. If there is, bring awareness to that throughout the practice. Maybe it'll help you adjust a pose a certain way so that you can find relief, or perhaps strengthen that area, or stretch it out. Amazing. Let's come up over the wrists now. Let's lean our chest forward over those hands. And let's drop back those hips to the heels. Coming forward once again over the wrists. Pressing into the finger pads, into the fingertips. Dropping back onto those heels. Let's do it one more time, up and over the wrists. Drop back onto those heels. This time we'll sit on the heels. Shake the hands out. Reach the hands wide up towards the sky. Breathe deep. And exhale, broaden the shoulders. We're going into goalpost arms. Holding there. Breathe deep again. Expand the chest towards the heavens. Breathing deep into those lungs. Exhale, we're going to roll forward, plant those hands, walk them out. We find ourselves in a tabletop. Now let's go over those wrists, pressing into those fingertips, keeping the heel of the hand down. Let's come back onto the heels, walk our hands back, reach up towards the sky. Goalpost arms again, let it all out. Awesome. Let's come up onto the knees. Reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, we're going to open the hands wide to the left side. Stretch through the crown of the head, nice long spine. And then look over that left hand. As if you're going to give a handshake to the person behind you. Stretch it long Amazing. Hands come back up towards the sky. Press through the pelvis. Arch the back slightly. Look up. And then exhale. We open up to the right side. Right hand reaches back towards the back of the mat. Crown is tall. Spine is long. Breathe deep. And let it go. Breathe deep, then let it go. Amazing. Inhale, hands come towards the sky. Exhale, we're dropping down onto the heels, untuck those toes. Sit all the way back. Take a breath here, just a moment to recognize yourself in place. Exhale it all out. We're going to walk the hands forward now, back into a tabletop pose. Shoulders are over the wrists. Let's drop the belly, reach the chest up, lift the chin. Bring the hips towards the sky. Find ourselves in a cow. Let's roll through the spine, tucking the pelvis, reaching the belly button up, press into the palms. We're in a cat. Let's reverse that back into a cow, dropping the belly button, curl the chest up and towards the sky. Exhale, we're coming back into a cat. Press the belly button towards the sky, press into the palms. Awesome, let's find a neutral pose. Now, we're gonna bring the right knee towards the middle of the mat. Right hand, middle of the mat. Left leg goes back. We drop that heel. We reach the left hand up towards the sky. We find ourselves in an assisted side plank. Awesome. Stay steady. Find your balance. Sometimes it takes a moment just to recognize that you need to have that balance. Just acknowledging what it feels like to give your body some more balance. Waking up that part of your body that gives awareness to holding yourself steady. Alright, let's reach that left arm up and over. Stretch it long over the head. Look past that tricep. Maybe gazing at the mat if you're losing your balance. Amazing. Let's flip that left heel up. Drop the left hand. Reach the right foot back. We're pressing into the hands. We're in a plank pose. Now let's drop the left knee down in the middle of the mat. Left hand goes towards the middle of the mat. Drop that right heel. Reach that right hand up towards the sky. Assisted side plank on the left side. Stay focused on that breath. Now let's reach that right arm up and over the head. Check in with the right knife edge, the outer edge of your right foot. You want that on the mat. It'll tend to lift up. We'll begin to put some energy down there. As if you're pressing down into that right edge of the right foot and reaching through that right hand. Awesome. Right hand drops down, right heel comes up. Left hand's planted, left leg goes back. We're in a plank pose. Hold for a moment. Broaden the shoulders. Then exhale, we lower slowly. Dropping slowly, dropping slowly. Untuck the toes. Press into the tops of the feet. Press into the palms. Open the chest towards the sky. Flex the thighs. And broaden the chest and breathe deep in cobra. Awesome. Pressing into the hands. Pressing into the knees. We drop our hips back onto the heels. We're in a child's pose. Breathe deep, reconnecting with that breath, and then exhale it all out. Coming back into a tabletop. Find yourself in space, hand under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Breathe deep, exhaling it out. We're going to curl the toes. We're going to lift the knees off the mat. Find ourselves in a plank pose. Hands should still be under the shoulders. Now let's lift the hips back up towards the sky. We're in our downward facing dog. This is a moment to just recognize what it feels like to stretch those hamstrings out. Those are pretty big muscles, and they hold a lot of energy in there. So just allowing yourself to be gracious with how tight those places are. Add some breath into those areas. Allow yourself to release any of that tension. Alright, good job. We're going to roll forward now. We're going to bring that left knee towards that left elbow. Hold for a moment. And we're going to bring it back to a three-legged downward facing dog. This is a time to find your balance. Amazing. Alright, left knee's going to go towards that left side. But this time, we're going to plant the left foot on the outside of that left hand. We're going into a lizard lunge. So stretch the chest forward. Press into the base of that left foot. Stretch that right heel back. Open up the shoulders. Look forward. Pressing into the palms of the hands. We're now going to roll forward, come up onto those left toes. Then we're going to drop back. We're going to hold there in that lizard lunge for a moment. Stretching through that right leg. Maybe that right hip's dropped a little lower. Reach it back up into place. Now, if you can, we're going to bend the elbows slightly. Hook that left elbow under that left knee. Lift that left foot off the mat. We're going to lower down, almost like a chaturanga, with that left leg up off the mat. Now let's shoot the left leg back. We're in a low chaturanga. Let's come up into a plank pose. Hold that inhale and let it go. Big exhale. Now let's come back into a downward facing dog. Now we're going to try to match that with the other leg. So we're going to switch sides. So here we're going to go. We're going to roll forward into a plank pose. Now let's bring that right knee towards that right elbow. If you remember, we're going to go back, reach that right leg towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Hold that for a moment. Awesome. We're going to roll through. Right knee's going to come towards that right elbow. Now, we're going to plant the right foot on the outside of that right hand. Coming into a lizard lunge. Stretching through that left leg. Planting the hands, broadening the shoulders, gazing forward. Lifting that left hip slightly up because it tends to fall forward and down. Alright. Let's go forward onto those right toes. Gently in a lizard lunge. Now let's rock back. Right heel drops down. Press ourselves on our fingertips. Stretch through that right leg. Nice and long. Big hamstring stretch going on there. Awesome. We're going to come forward now onto those right toes. Pressing into the right toes. A lot of energy facing forward. Then we're going to drop it back. Let the right leg reach back. Stretching through that right hamstring, not hyperextending that knee. Connect back with the breath as we roll forward, coming onto those right toes. Now drop that right heel. And if you wish, we're going to bend the elbows slightly. Press that right knee onto that right elbow. We're going to fall down into a chaturanga, staying strong. Right foot is off the mat. Hold for a moment. Then right foot goes back, meets the left. We're in a low chaturanga. Pressing back up to plank pose. Amazing. Reach the hips back and up. Find ourselves in a downward facing dog. Breathing deep and exhaling it all out. Breathe in. Let it go. Now check in with those legs. You should feel more balanced, more at ease. Both should be more open. Amazing. Now let's walk our feet slowly towards the front of the mat. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips. We're going to come into a flat back. Stretch through the spine. Reach through the crown of the head. Then exhale as fold forward over those legs. Deep forward fold. Press into the heels. Bend the knees generously. We reach the hands up towards the sky. Find ourselves in a chair pose. This is now a place where we're going to be strong in the legs. We stretched them out, and now let's add some strength. Stay balanced over those toes. Maybe bend a little deeper. Reach those hands a little higher. Maybe even closing the eyes. Checking in to see how that balance suits you. Alright. Press into the feet. Reach up towards the sky. And then fold forward over those legs with a big exhale. Let it all go. Let's intertwine our hands. Use our elbows as weights to pull us towards the feet. Now let's get a little twist in. So rock towards the left side. Rock towards the right side. To the left. And to the right. Just gently go back and forth, maybe go a little deeper, stretching into those hamstrings. Let's uncross the arms, straighten into a flat back. Now let's reach the right leg back. Left foot stays in the front. We're going to come up into a crescent lunge, reaching through the fingertips, pressing down with that right heel. Opening up the front right hip. Left knee is over that left foot. Good work. Now we're going to open up into a twisted crescent lunge. Reaching that left hand back towards the back of the mat. Right hand is going towards the front of the mat. We're strong through the core. We're strong through that center. Reaching tall and high through the crown. And look back towards that left arm. Amazing. Coming back into a crescent lunge. Reach high to the sky with the hands. Alright, lift the hips slightly. We're going to bring that right toes a little bit more up the mat. Drop the right heel. Our right toes are making a 45-degree angle, coming out towards that right side of the mat. Stretch down through that left leg, creating a straight left leg. Now fold forward into that left hip crease. Not hyperextending that left leg. We're going to create a pyramid pose. Inhale, and then release the tension of your spine over like a waterfall, falling down that leg. If you recognize, this is kind of what we were doing with the lizard lunge variation. Except our left foot is now centered. Amazing. Now let's reach that right heel towards the sky. Press that right foot back as you bend that left knee. Plant the hands to frame that left foot. Left foot goes back. We're in a plank pose. Broaden those shoulders. Lift the belly button. Tuck the pelvis. Now lower down. Elbows are on the sides of the body. We're chaturanging. And then open up into an upward facing dog. Pressing onto the tops of those feet. And exhale, the hips reach up towards the sky, coming into a downward facing dog. Breathe deep and reach the hips higher. This time we're going to bring that right knee towards the chest. In the plank pose, drop that right foot down, frame that right foot. And let's come into a crescent lunge on the other side. Reach those hands towards the sky. Press back into that left heel. Open up that front left hip. Stretch through the crown, through the spine. You're nice and strong. You're good and balanced. Stretch long through the spine. Now let's open up into a twisted crescent. Reach that right hand back towards the back of the mat. Breathing deep. And letting it all go. Remember, your body's working in this moment. Reach the hands up towards the sky. We're going to bring that left foot a little bit closer towards that right, and then drop the heel. Left toes are facing at a 45-degree angle towards the left side of the mat. Stretch long and straight through that right leg. Press into the hip crease. Fold forward over that hip crease as our body waterfalls down that right leg. We're not hyperextending in the knee. We're just flowing towards those toes with the crown of the head. Breathe deep. Let yourself go deeper into the pose. Amazing work. We're almost done here. It's the last standing pose of the practice. Let's bend that right knee, flip that left heel towards the sky. Frame that right foot with their hands. Right foot goes back, meets the left. We're in a plank pose for a moment. Last chaturanga. Go slowly down. Find that strength. Last chaturanga of the practice. Find that strength. Find that strength. Untuck the toes, press into tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Big back bend. You're flexing the glutes to protect that spine. You're looking up. Breathing deep. Let's drop the knees behind our hips, going back towards those heels. Gentle child's pose. Breathe deep again. And let it all out. Breathing deep. And letting it go. Breathe in. And let it go. Walk our hands back. We're going to sit upon our heels. Take a big breath in. Let it out. I want us to just take a moment with our eyes closed. Consider how our body is actually working for us. As much as you want your body to be healed, your body is also healing itself. Designed to be nurtured and loved. Awesome. Let's reach our hands up to the sky. Prayer pose with the hands. Let's bring them down towards the heart. One more inhale here. And let's give thanks to the miracle that we are. Namaste.